I brought my daughter to the hospital for her next round of chemo when the doctor stopped us and said, "Your child never had cancer." I glanced over at my daughter, who was clearly weak, bald, and thin after months of treatment, and told the new oncologist she had to be wrong. She turned her computer screen toward me. No tumors, no cancer cells, nothing. Not in today's scans or any previous test from the last 6 months. I felt the floor drop out from under me. "That's impossible. Look at her. She's dying." The doctor frowned at the files. "Your original doctor is on leave and these records are incomplete, but there's never been a single cancer marker. What medications is she taking?" My daughter spoke up in her small voice. "Just vitamins." The doctor shook her head. "Vitamins wouldn't cause this. Bring me everything she consumes. Food, drinks, supplements, everything. I'm running extensive toxicology panels." She scribbled her number on a piece of paper. "Call me the second anything seems off." I left the hospital shaking as I looked at my little girl. If she doesn't have cancer, why was my daughter dying? I tore apart our medicine cabinet that night and brought everything to the doctor in 2 grocery bags. The tests revealed nothing unusual in the bottles themselves, but my daughter's blood work was showing mysterious toxin levels that shouldn't be there. So I started bringing in samples of meals we had at home. I was desperate. While waiting for more test results, I found myself scrolling through my wife's social media page, where she posted heartfelt videos of my daughter's journey to recovery. I was always thankful for the support she gave, especially the fundraising page that helped us a lot over the months. I continued scrolling through the comments, hoping the support would help keep my mind off of things, when I noticed something strange. One person, a man named Dale, kept commenting on every single post with the same horrible messages. "Don't donate. This is a scam. Don't trust her." And I thought, what kind of twisted person would do this on a cancer fundraising page? In my anger, I clicked on the profile. I sent him a message asking, "Dude, what's the big deal? Why are you leaving comments like this on my wife and child's page?" He responded almost instantly, "Your wife? Meet me tomorrow at the McDonald's with the playground. Don't let her know." I went to the fast food restaurant alone and found Dale in the corner, staring out the window with hollow eyes. "Your daughter doesn't have cancer, does she?" he asked before I could even sit down in front of him. "How did you know?" "Because my Tommy never had it either." Then he pulled out his phone and showed me a picture of him, his son, and my wife, all smiling at the hospital. After Tommy died, I couldn't function. I was destroyed, but something kept bothering me about how fast everything happened at the end. So I paid for a private toxicology screening on some of his belongings I'd kept. Hair from his brush, baby teeth he'd lost during treatment. His hands were shaking. He was poisoned, and I found out too late. Before I could ask more questions, my phone rang. It was the doctor. I played the call on speaker. "Hello? The toxicology results came back. Your daughter has methotrexate and arsenic in her system. She's being systematically poisoned. We've cross-referenced it with everything you gave us, and we found traces in the cereal. Sir, please bring your daughter back to the hospital as soon as possible for treatment." Dale slammed his fist on the table when she hung up. "I knew it. I've been trying to warn people, but everyone thinks I'm just a grieving father who's lost his mind." He began tearing up. "She's a nurse. Worked in pediatric oncology for 5 years before we met. She knew exactly what doses would cause the cancer symptoms." He leaned forward. "You need to catch her in the act. Set up cameras. Document everything. Get a video of her doing it. Without proof, she'll get away with it again, just like she did with Tommy." I rushed home and set up a hidden camera in the kitchen that streamed to my phone. The next morning, I pretended to leave for work, but parked down the street instead. I watched the feed as my wife poured cereal into my daughter's favorite bowl, then reached into the back of the cabinet and pulled out a prescription bottle hidden in a pack of sugar. She opened it carefully and crushed 2 white pills with a spoon before sprinkling it over the cereal and mixing it in with milk. "Breakfast is ready, sweetheart," she called out in her sing-song voice. I ran back to the house and burst through the door just as my daughter was lifting the first spoonful to her mouth. I knocked the bowl from her hands and it shattered on the floor. My wife stared at me, and I watched her realize I knew. That's when the kitchen door slammed open. Dale stood there pointing a gun at my wife. "Hello, Susan," Dale said. Her eyes widened. "Dale, how did you find me? I've been waiting so long for this." I stepped forward. "Dale, we have the video now. Let the police handle this." He shook his head. "They didn't believe me when Tommy died. They won't believe you either. She's too smart." My wife pulled my daughter in front of her. "You won't shoot me in front of a child." "Watch me," Dale said, and took the safety off the gun. Full story on channel linked below.